I'm here with my grandmother, Diane Brown. I'm going to ask her a few questions. So who was the first president you voted for?
Kennedy.
Kennedy. Did you like him?
Yes, I did, very much so. Yep.
He was elected in 1961, and then in 1963 he was assassinated. How did you feel about that?
It was very sad. I remember the day that I was babysitting, and it was on the news, and I was devastated with the whole thing.
So, did you remember, speaking of assassinations, when Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy, the year that they were assassinated?
Yes, I do remember that.
Do you remember how you felt about each one?
It's very sad, you know. Bobby was real young, and it's devastating to have things like that happen in the world.
Mm-hmm. In 1968, Richard Nixon became president. How did you feel about him?
I didn't vote for him. I just there was just something about him that I just didn't want to vote for him.
And then after the Watergate scandal and all that stuff, did you kind of think he was a bad guy?
I don't know if he really was a bad guy, but you know, it just got into bad politics.
Yeah. In 1969, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon for the first time.
Yes.
How did you feel about people going into space?
It was just amazing how something like that could happen.
Do you remember watching it on TV?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah.
And then in 1986, the Challenger accident. Do you remember did you watch on television?
Yes, I did. I happened to be, because I worked at the tannery, but I happened to be sick that day. But for some reason I was sick, so I was watching it. And when I first saw it on the news, I thought they were just making they just couldn't see with it coming. And then I see all this debris, and I didn't really know that that's what was happening. Then all of a sudden they come on and said that that had blown up.
So nobody knew at first, what
I don't
happened?
think they really knew what was happening
Yeah.
until they announced it.
In the early 1990s, Bill Clinton became president. Did you vote for him?
Yes, I did.
Did you like him?
Yes, I did, very much so.
Do you think, what good do you think he did for our country?
I just think he was one of the best presidents there was, I feel.
Do you think he, boosted our economy a lot more?
Yes, he did, very much so. Because after that, it just went, after he got done, it just went downhill.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in 2001, September 11th, 2001, the terrorist attack in New York City and also in the Pentagon and the field in Pennsylvania. Where were you on that day?
I was at work, and I happened to, because we didn't have any TVs or anything there, but for some reason somebody had heard about it and called me on the phone.
I did.
And told me, and it was just devastating. So then they found a TV in the conference room so everybody could come in and watch it,
Yeah.
and it was just it's just devastating. Just cannot believe it.
Yeah. In 2009, a year ago, Barack Obama, the first African American president, was inaugurated. And how do you feel about him being president?
I voted him,
You
voted
did?
on him, and I think he's doing a fairly good job compared to what the economy was, and so I just think he's got a long road, and it's hard, and it just can't be. A lot of people don't like him, but he just can't be perfect.
He got thrown into a bad situation.
Yes, definitely. Yep.
Did-
But I like him. I think he's still got a couple more years, I think.
Yeah.
And so, I think he'll do a good job.
Would you vote for
Great.
him?
Thank you for your time, Nana.
You're welcome.